morning, everyone. Welcome to the Wheels Museum. This beautiful November day. I'm so happy to have Richard Pytel, one of my very closest friends and a great Wheels volunteer, with me.
Thank you.
And I was hoping that you would talk to us a little bit about the project that we're, let us say, embroiled in. I'll put the "in" at the end of the sentence, even though it's good English,
Yeah.
in which we are embroiled.
Right.
All right.
There we go.
If you want to tell and see if
Sure.
you get any support from some of the listeners.
Well, the project is called the New Mexico Model Railroad Center. We are going to try and put life into two of the buildings that are here at the rail yards, the Babbitt and Welding Shops. It's about 5,000 square feet. And the plan is to expand the offerings that we have for model railroads, working in cooperation with the clubs that are here, not only in Albuquerque, but throughout New Mexico as well. It's a really exciting project. The buildings were built in the early 1920s. They served to support the operations here at the rail yards. They are industrial monuments for their time, and we really envision a space where the public is going to enjoy a number of model railroad layouts, plus some activities specific for kids as well, as part of the larger project to develop not only the rail yards here, but to work in cooperation with the city on the rail trail as well, and just make the whole area here just much more attractive to people.
Exactly, it's wonderful. And we're very, very fortunate. So if you would tell the audience about our work with UNM and CNM
Oh,
and
yes, absolutely.
everything from the drones on to what's going on right now, and rail yard board coming up, and
Well, our
what we're trying to
local
do.
our local educational institutions, primarily University of New Mexico (UNM) and then Central New Mexico Community College (CNM), have been involved with the project. Their students have been involved with the project. CNM has done a full survey, shall we say, of the buildings using not only the drones but the LiDAR cameras and other equipment as well. So we have a complete record of the interior and exterior of the structures, and the products that they can go ahead and produce from that will certainly help when we get to the point where we have an architect starting to make up drawings and give us conceptual pictures of what this place is going to look like. UNM is currently involved with two projects. The Anderson Management School is doing our feasibility study. The architectural people are also going to give us an idea of what they could envision for the space as well. And we're looking forward to perhaps producing or presenting, I should say, not one or both projects. We'll see for the next Rail Yards Planning Advisory Board. Thank you, meeting. That's for December 4th.
That's right. And if anyone wishes to attend that meeting, it's at 8:30 in the morning on the 9th floor of City Council.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
City Council chambers, 9th floor of City Hall, City Council chambers. The public is welcome to hear what's going on if you'd like to hear, and of course, if you're interested in supporting our goal of this Babbitt and Welding Shop for the Model Railroad Center, we'd love to have you.
And I'd like to just add one more thing. We both saw this young boy come in earlier this week. We have some trains here in the front, and we have a model train that goes up. It's near the ceiling. And he worked in with his mom and dad, and I got that train running, and he went like this.
And he never stopped.
He never
closed
stopped.
his
He
mouth.
never closed his
The cutest
mouth.
thing I've ever seen, yeah.
And I bring that story up, and we both see this countless times. We see
That's
the
right.
point, and we see the fascination, delight that kids have here with the model trains. But kids, of course, at Wheels is a wide definition.
Yeah, that's right.
So it also includes the adults as
About
well.
100 years of
as
age,
well.
yeah.
And that's always been our source of encouragement to go ahead with the project as well. And so we're hoping to get the city's formal approval on it. And then afterwards, we'll go ahead and get some of the planning documents done, get some architectural drawings approved. We do have some funding to go ahead and do that. But then I think once we get approval, we'll really go full bore on getting the money we need to get that project done. And we're looking at a project, $3-4 million, just to give you an idea of what we're looking at, money-wise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're so happy because it's so wholesome. What we're trying to do is so wholesome and so educational and so much fun. And people are coming from all over the world, giving us donations of model trains and layouts and wanting to participate in this. And as Richard said, with other train clubs. And it's getting away from computers and telephones, and it's working with grandpa and grandma and mommy and daddy and everybody. And we have mentored many young kids who have gone on actually to become real train engineers because of their love for the model trains that they started. And they learn technical work too, which I
They
think
do.
very, very interesting and not real easy. It's quite complicated, and how to run them and run them right and keep them clean and keep them going.
Mhm.
It's interesting from a technical science. So it's not just history and culture, but it's science too, and a
Yeah.
lot of fun. So
Absolutely. Yeah, I
We
just
love it.
left one of our young volunteers back in the O gauge
Yeah.
layout at one end there, and he is working on, uh, I saw him working on a locomotive, so I don't know what he was doing. Maybe cleaning wheels or cleaning brushes or something like that. But yeah, we do give a lot of youngsters
Yeah,
hands-on
yeah,
experience, and we would love to go ahead and make the hobby available to a lot more people as well. Right. Well, the idea is the building is, like I said, is about 5,000 square feet. And I think we're looking at probably 4 to 5 layouts within there. Now there's some restriction on one building, that one layout, the layouts could be only about 12 feet wide, which is still pretty considerable. A funny story to tell is that I talked to one rail yard, Mount Railroad Club, and I talked about the idea. I told them how much space we had, which is about 5,000 square feet. I said, "What do you guys think you would want?" He said 3,000. so I said, "Oh, okay." The way I envision it, we'll probably have 4 in one of the buildings, and then in the other building, depending on what we do, we have 1 or 2 in there. And the buildings are a little bit different. For the Babbitt shop, these would be on both sides. As you walk in, there'd be layouts on your left and right hand side. And the welding shop, if we have a central layout, a really big one there, you'll be walking around it on both sides as well. So that's the envisioning, but we're a little ways away from that. But also in the welding shop, we want to have a kids area as well. So that's sort of the thinking right now, subject to change. But the immediate thing is to get the city to approve, and then we start going after funding from there.
And we have now every gauge. We have N and
S, O,
S, O,
H,
H, O, G.
right. G,
Yeah,
exactly.
and in here, of course, we have rail train that goes around and a
And-
rail train car, but we won't have.
And you
that.
forgot Z. We have
Z, my
as
favorite.
well.
I forgot my favorite.
We got our
Z's the
favorites.
little teeny tiny one. I
Right.
love that.
Right,
We have one now inside of a television set, an old television box. So
right.
that's
Yeah.
a lot of fun too.
So yeah, we envision having probably N and HO over there. We may have O. We'll see again what the clubs want to do with the space, and that's going to require us to coordinate with them and of course them giving us their vision for what they want to do as well. And I think they really like to be here at the rail yards, be here in central Albuquerque, have a space that's available for them year round, certainly, and in a historic area as well. And also one I would like to add that we would have fit out specifically for their needs. Everything from trying to keep the dust out to keeping humidity squared away, because it's required as well. Trying to keep the noise down, so we have acoustic items in there as well. Proper lighting in the building. So a lot of thought's been given into what the requirements are for the structure.
We do think we can bring many thousands of people to this wonderful attraction. And some of you may know in Germany, the largest attraction that they have in the entire country is a model railroad layout. So we're not that, so it won't be that big.
It won't be that
It won't be
big.
that big,
The-
but it's the kind of thinking that we like, because we understand that it is a potentially very large attraction for the rail trail, for the rail yards, for Albuquerque, for the world. So we're very excited. And
Yeah.
I want to thank you for really masterminding this and leading the project and
Thank you.
doing all the technical work. And he's really the guy over here. I'm just watching. Today we are meeting with some prominent architects. We're meeting with developers in the hopes of making this project happen.
Yeah.
We have a lot of interesting events coming up I'd like to tell you about. On the 23rd, we have Baker Morrow coming. He's a prominent Albuquerque architect who grew up here, and he has written a book called The Horse on the Sidewalk, and it's about his growing up in Northeast Heights, Albuquerque, and motorcycles. It's short stories. So that's next Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning. There's no charge for it. That's the 23rd of November, and that's going to be a lot of fun to hear him talk about the boyhood days of Albuquerque. He and I are about the same age, I think, so I'm sure I can remember some of those antics that went on. On November 30th from 10 to 2, here at Wheels we're having a pop-up sale, We have been donated some very, very beautiful Christmas buildings and other items like that, holiday exhibits and things that we'd like to sell. So please come for the pop-up sale. We'll have very, very good prices and very beautiful items. The gift shop will be open and we'll be giving discounts and trying to work with you on the prices of things that you might like that we have for sale here at the Wheels Museum. On December 15th, we will be open. That's a Sunday. The Rail Yard Market is that day. So Wheels Museum will be open that day from 10 till 2. So we hope you'll come to the Wheels Museum and also to the Rail Yard Market. A lot of fun things to see and do and buy. On the 21st is going to be the Wheels Museum holiday event. So that's from 10 to 2. There's no charge. We'll have refreshments and the trains will be running, free train rides. It's free to come into the museum and really have a wonderful holiday experience just before the Christmas holiday. On January 11th at noon, we have Brad Clements coming with the cabaret ensemble. He's coming with a lady friend dressed in beautiful costumes. It's going to be a cabaret event. That's a lot of fun at noon on January 11th. So please come then. On the 18th of January, we have Jose Antonio Ponce. He's written 6 books. He's a very charming man. He's a musician. He is a producer of film, of music events, of books, and he's going to play music and talk about his books and how to get into that world as well. So that's a kind of a triple hitter for that day, and he's a very, very kind, wonderful man. 11 o'clock, there's no charge for that event. Let's skip that one out. On April 5th, we have Doug Figgs coming to play music. So he's come many times. He's wonderful. It's $10, 10 a.m. on April 5th. I know that many more events will come up before these dates, but I'm telling you what we have booked for the year coming up. Doug Figgs always comes with his dachshund Badger. Everybody loves Badger the dachshund, and everybody loves Doug Figgs and his wife. So those of you who know and those of you who don't know, please come because you will enjoy that event. We've been very, very busy at Wheels Museum all the time. Visitors are coming in. We had visitors from Tahiti the other day, Canada, Germany, Switzerland, England, getting people from all over the world. So I hope that you'll be one of them since you live around this area. Come to see us. We're open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 12, and Saturdays, 9 to 2. And Sunday, when the market is open, we're open as well. So come in, have a free train ride, see all our model trains. We've got a new airplane coming in we're going to hang, and we're constantly getting new exhibits and changing the exhibits. So even if you're here a month ago, come back and see us. It'll be different. If you want to help us in any way or have an event or a party here, just call us, 505-243-6269. We're on the very beautiful, iconic rail yards in downtown Albuquerque, and you're missing seeing the heart and soul of our city if you're not at Wheels Museum. So please come and join us.